Hello. So it's no secret that your girl has been obsessed with the color orange. I'm sorry, but I'm really living for it. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, I'm sitting down and filming yet another summer makeup tutorial. I'm really excited for summer. I'm excited to play around with more color, not only my makeup looks, but also my wardrobe. As you guys probably have noticed, I have been playing around with a little bit more color. I got this top from Zara and I am so obsessed with it. If I can find it online, I will have it listed down below. But besides that, I do want you guys to know that like 98% of this video is going to be somewhat affordable. I do have a high-end eyeliner that I will be using today, which is by ABH. I've had these in my collection for a minute and I just haven't played around with them, and they look so fun for summer. But don't fret, NYX carries so many awesome like bright colored liners that you could easily pick up and then follow along with at home. So check those out. I'll list a couple that I really love down below. And with that being said, are you subscribed? That is the real question. If you are not, make sure you guys press that subscribe button, like this video, and also while you're at it, turn on your post notification so that way YouTube can notify you whenever I upload. Typically, I do like to upload on Monday and Wednesdays, but sometimes that changes. So you're gonna wanna make sure your post notifications are turned on. With that being said, let's zoom in and let's get started on the look. All right, so let's get into this look. Let's get into this skin prep. I am gonna start off with this right here. This is by Neutrogena. This is the Hydro Boost Hydrating Lip Treatment. You guys, I love this so much, and I definitely feel like it's important to really just prep your lips. I like to do it in the beginning of my makeup, so that way by the time I get to my lips are just like nice and moisturized and smooth. And yeah, this one is definitely a favorite of mine. Next up, I am gonna go in with some of my sunscreen. You guys already know I love this so much. This is the Supergoop Glow Screen with SPF 40. It has great luminosity to it, and since it is very early in the day, of course, I have to really take those necessary steps to prep my skin with a little bit of sunscreen. I will be going out. We're actually heading over to our storage unit to pick up our bed. If you guys have been following like some of my previous videos, like the makeup declutter and also the makeup tutorial I filmed in natural lighting, then you know all of my studio equipment is inside of my master bedroom, and we have our bed downstairs in the office. So we're gonna be switching everything around. We're gonna put everything where it goes. So my studio is going into my studio room. Our master bedroom is coming up here, and then Ulysses' office will finally be converted to an office, and I'm so happy about it. Oh, it's been such a journey to get here, but I'm really excited to start adding like furniture and just decorating and all of that. I can't wait. The only thing I will say about sunscreen is don't get it in your eye because that shit really burns. But besides that, this is what my skin looks like after applying just a little bit of the Glow Screen SPF by Supergoop. If you guys get anything from today's video, let it be this. I will have it listed down below for anyone interested in purchasing this product. So let's get into the eyes really quick. I will be prepping my eyelids with a little bit of the P. Louise base too. You guys know I recently found this in my collection again and I literally flipped out. So I'm gonna use this to just mute out my eyelids a little bit, and then I'm just going to diffuse it out with like a damp beauty sponge because I don't want it to be too harsh and too intense, because I do want to keep the skin fairly natural for today's look. So because I really want to use like a strong, colorful liner for today's look, I'm going to keep eyeshadow fairly simple. So I'm going to go in with the Basic Bay eyeshadow palette by Catrice. I love this palette so much, you guys. It's such a beautiful like neutral tone eyeshadow palette. I am going to pick up the shade called Squad right here. Tap off, and I'm gonna use this as my transitional color, and I really just want like a nice wash of this in the crease, nothing crazy, just a little bit. So do you see that? It looks like really soft and really nice. I'm gonna try my best not to get too heavy-handed here. You guys know those days where you sit down and you're like, I'm gonna do something super natural, and then by the end of it, you literally have on a full-blown beat? That's me, 99.9% of the time. I feel like it's so much harder for me to actually do natural makeup looks than full glam makeup looks because it's so easy to get carried away. I know I'm not the only one. I know someone out there can relate to me. So I'm gonna stop right here. This is exactly what I'm going for. I kid you not, a very nice wash of color in the crease. The next thing I'm gonna do is I am gonna go in with a clean blending brush. So I'm just gonna take an M441 and I'm just gonna go over those lines to make sure everything is soft and diffused. I kid you guys not, I still have a little bit of that sunscreen in my eye and it's kind of hurting, but I'm hoping it subsides and we can move on. The liner I will be using is the Electric Cake Liners by ABH. Again, I've had these in my collection for a little minute. This is the orange, white, and purple set, and I will be using the orange today. Now, to my knowledge, cake liners, you are supposed to activate them with a little bit of water or setting spray. So they're not gonna work by just like taking your brush into the product. You have to actually wet it. So I'm gonna take the setting spray and I'm just gonna spray it. I hope a setting spray works. So this is what the cake liner looks like, and it's just becoming so creamy. Look at that. That is awesome. By the way, the brush I'm using is a MAC 210 brush. I really love to use this to do like liner and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna go in. I'm a little nervous because you guys know I suck at eyeliner, but we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna make it work. All right, y'all, this is pretty much the liner look. It is definitely neon. It is definitely out there, very much out of my comfort zone, but I feel like because I have like such a neutral lid going, like it doesn't even really matter, but I do feel like I want to add just like a little bit more oomph to my crease because it's very, very light. I just want to carve it out a little bit. So I'm going to take a little bit of the shade called Squad. Nonetheless, it was really, really easy to work with. I will definitely say it dries a little weird and almost like cakey. I don't know if that's why they call them cake liners. If you guys have tried them, I'd love to know your thoughts. Let's have a conversation down below in the comments. All right, so let's go ahead and keep it moving. I do want to go in with some of the Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen by NYX. I had to pick up a new one of these because I couldn't find my other one and I love it so much. So I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna draw like fine hair like strokes through my brows because you guys know I've really been into that feathered boy brow look. Like I'm so obsessed. I feel like it took me forever to grow out my brows, so I'm not willing to go back to like more of a structured brow just because I do have so many like natural brow hairs. But on those days where I want them to be a little fuller, I'll go in with this brow tint pen and just draw some strokes through the brow to give it more of a fuller look, but still remain very, very natural. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go in with some face primer. I will be using the Milani Bright Side Illuminating Primer. On the back, it says it extends makeup wear. It's a creamy lotion-like texture. It gives off a radiant finish, and then it's also enhanced with, like I said, vitamin C, pro-vitamin B5, and jojoba oil. So I'm gonna take some of this, put this all over because I'm a sucker for primer. This honestly looks a lot like the Super Goop Glow Screen, but obviously without all the SPF. So I'm really going for the glow today. All right, so next up, I'm gonna go in with foundation. Today, I will be using this by e.l.f. I've been obsessed with this. If you guys have not got your hands on this, I highly, highly recommend. This is the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. It is a color correcting, full coverage, natural finish product. Now, I can't necessarily call it like a foundation, but it definitely feels like one on the skin. It gives off amazing coverage, and if you guys wanna know a little bit more about it, I did do a full-blown review on it, so I'll have that listed up in the cards as well as down below in the description, because I feel like it's worth checking out if you have never heard of this product, which I'm sure a lot of you have. Now to buff and blend this out, I've been obsessed with this brush right here by Real Techniques. This is the Instapop face brush. Like, look how big this is. It covers such a large amount of real estate. So I'm just going to take this and then just kind of buff it into the skin. Y'all see that? By the way, did I tell you what shade I was using? I'm not sure if I did. I'm using Light 240W today. e.l.f., I'm telling you, love them so much. Like, as a brand, as a company, everything they stand for, like, incredible. Y'all can't tell me that my skin does not look like skin. Like, look at this. I don't know what it is, if it's the products I've been using, my new skincare routine or what, but I don't think I've been this obsessed with like my makeup routine in a really long time. And that makes me so freaking happy, you guys have no idea. Another thing I really love is just sitting down and doing makeup tutorials, because then I could really incorporate products that I love as opposed to me doing first impressions like all the time. Sometimes that could be a little tiring, I'm not gonna lie, because trying out a ton of new products all the time is kind of like, ugh, I just want to use what I love, you know what I mean? But anyways, I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. concealers. These are the Camo concealers. I have the hydrating and the original. Y'all know I love to mix these two, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of the hydrating here, 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 and here. And then what I do with the original, because this is so much more full coverage, I just like to tap it. A little bit of this stuff goes a very long way. And the shade I'm using in the original is light sand, so it is very, very light underneath the eyes, so you have to kind of be careful. Otherwise, it'll just look a hot mess. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set everything down and in place, and I'm just gonna use this I Heart Revolution powder in peach. And I'm gonna take my sponge and then just set everything. I have waited maybe about 45 seconds for this to completely dry. That's definitely my tip when setting the under eye area. I feel like if you set it too soon, it sticks to the cream concealer in such a disgusting way where it almost like cakes and crepes up. So I definitely wait, so that way that doesn't happen. Because I noticed like when I was doing my makeup and I was trying to do it so fast that would constantly happen to me, and it wasn't necessarily the concealer, it wasn't the powder, it was just because the concealer was so incredibly wet underneath the eye. So I'm just taking this in all the areas where I want to be matte. I do live in Florida, so it is very hot and humid, and since we are going to be taking our stuff out of storage, and then we also have to pick up a TV for the guest room, I'm gonna be out in the heat, so I want this to stay on all day. Look at this. Look how pretty that powder looks on the skin. It almost looks as if I have a filter on. Like, it looks so smooth and airbrushed. All right, another thing I'm gonna do is I am gonna go in with some face powder. I've really been obsessed with this powder here by L'Oreal. This is the Age Perfect Creamy Powder Foundation. I know it is technically a powder foundation, but I like to take it on my damp sponge. You could also use like a puff, a beauty puff from like Laura Mercier or something like that. But I'm just using my beauty sponge, and I'm really gonna tap it like on my chin area, because you guys know that is an area that I struggle with for like acne and just scarring and stuff. So I want this area to be like full on coverage. Look at that. Look how pretty this looks on the skin, like so natural. I feel like because it is a part of the Age Perfect line, even though it is a powder foundation, it never looks heavy on the skin. So if you have more mature skin, definitely look into this, because I feel like it will be an awesome, awesome powder for you personally. And then I'm also gonna use this to set all the other areas of my face. I am using a sponge, which does give me a little bit more coverage than a brush. So if you don't want as much coverage, just use a brush, like a big fluffy one. That's actually what I'm gonna do for the rest of my face. I'm just gonna use this brush here. This is a part of a Wet n Wild collection that launched like a couple years ago, and I'm still obsessed with it. I wanna say it was the Pac-Man collection. I did like a full Instagram TV on that collection, and it probably is like one of my favorite Instagram TVs I've ever done. I really wanna get back to doing videos like that, where I kind of just review full collections and just create looks with full collections. So if there are any new collections out that you guys want me to do a video on, let me know, because I definitely want to do more of those on Instagram. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about bronzer. I will be using this here by Pixi. I love Pixi products, and I feel like they're very much underrated. I feel like there's so many beautiful like bronzing shades within this palette, but not only that, like blush shades here and also highlight shades. But I think I may dip into a different highlight. We'll see. I'm gonna use this shade here and then also this one up here, and I'm just gonna use this to bronze up the skin. I'm only gonna bronze like the center of my forehead here. I'm not going to take my bronzer around here, because I don't want that area of my face to look smaller, because then literally my hairline would be touching my brow. So I'm only gonna take it here in the center of my forehead. Again, I'm just picking up those two shades there, and then I'm gonna go in big circular motions here. I don't want this to be harsh, and you can see it definitely is pigmented. I'm just gonna kind of wipe off on the back of my hand and then go in and really blend it out. That's what I love about Pixi products, is that for an affordable price, you get so much pigment and so much color payoff. It's totally worth it. I'm also gonna take a big fluffy brush, and I'm gonna use some of this to just contour the sides of my nose. Then with a little bit of that powder from I Heart Revolution, I'm just gonna bake the sides of my nose. This is probably the only area of my face that I like to bake. Skip this. If you're not into nose contour, just skip this. So while I let that bake there, I wanna add a little bit more shadow to my lower lash line. So I'm gonna take the shade called Squad, and I'm just going to blow this out, just very, very soft like we have in the crease. Nothing crazy. Now I'm just gonna take a brush and just brush away the bake. So for my blush color, I really want to go for something peachy. So I'm gonna use this right here by BH Cosmetics. This probably is one of my favorite blush palettes. Like, look how stunning. Like, this is me in a blush palette. I love that it has like a cross mix between like those bubblegum pinks, but also these peachy tones over here. So I'm just gonna mix all of them together. Like, that's how much I love this palette. And I'm gonna take it on this brush here. This one is by Smashbox, probably one of my favorite blush brushes. And I'm not going to be shy with this, you guys. I'm really going in, and I'm going in big circular motion, so that way it's nice and diffused. And then I'm also gonna take some onto the apples of my cheeks here. Look at that. Look how pretty that color is. You could also just take a little bit onto your nose if you want like that like blush up color. Look at that. She's cute, or whatever. Then before I go in with highlight, I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush and make sure I don't have any harsh edges. And I just like to make sure everything is soft and diffused. Now for actual highlighter, I don't want you guys to come for me, but this isn't technically like an affordable product. This is from an indie brand called Kaleidos, and I've been obsessed with this brand since I tried it out. This is the Ray Ryder highlighter in the shade Space Age. It's so pretty. Look at this. I do want to swatch it for you. If you haven't tried anything from Kaleidos makeup, you guys definitely are sleeping on them. They have great, great products in their line. So I'm just going to take this here and I'm just gonna highlight with it. And you can see that it gives off such a beautiful glow. Like, it looks very much wet on the skin. Look at that. I could do this all day. No, I can't. I have shit to do. I get so ditzy when I'm doing my makeup, especially when I'm like obsessed with the way it's turning out. But I'm gonna take a little bit onto my nose. And then of course, down the bridge. I'm gonna take a little bit here into the very inner corner. I remember I used to do this a ton. Just like right here. So another thing I really like to do is I like to take a little bit of my blush into my eyeshadow here. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this technique, but I like to just brush on a little bit for more of a monochromatic look. It looks so pretty. Literally so pretty. You guys have to try it out. So we're getting down to the end here. All I have left is lashes and lips. Now for lashes, I will be using these here by Birdie Lashes. I'm so proud of Yasmin. If you guys don't know, Beauty Bird did launch Birdie Lashes not too long ago, and she recently just launched a style here. It's called Seductive, and y'all already know what's up. This is like my style of a lash. So I'm gonna pop these bad boys on off camera. I am obviously gonna trim them because these look super, super long, and you guys know I love like that cat eye fit and flare look. So I'm gonna trim them to fit my eyes, and then we're gonna figure out what lip color we're gonna do with this look. So I will be right back. What I'm gonna do now is I am gonna go in with a lip color. I'm gonna use one of the lippy sticks from the So Very Lovely collection that I have from ColourPop. I used that palette in my previous video, so if you wanna see it in action, go ahead and check out that video. I'll have it listed up in the cards and also down below, but this color here is called Soft Side. I'm just gonna put it all over. I said spring, but then I put this on and I'm like fall. Not happening. So for my lip color, I'm just gonna switch over to using this one by NYX. This is in the shade Undressed. This is one of the NYX Lingerie XSL lip products, and I'm excited to see what it's about. Oh yeah, this color is a lot better. Look at that. Ooh. I don't know if like this cool tone mauve is it. What about this one? This one's in the shade Warm Up. No, still not it, but these are beautiful. You know what? I'm just gonna line my lips as usual with my KKW Nude 2 lip liner. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with an Ultra Nude Lip by L'Oreal. This is a part of the Age Perfect line. It's in the shade Glowing Nude. So pretty, look at this swatch. Now I think that is what this look needs, like something just light, nothing too over the top. I will definitely say, I feel like a colored graphic liner for summer is such an awesome way to play up your look, let me tell you. Like so good. I did zoom you out just so that way you can see everything as a whole, but I'm high-key, low-key obsessed. If you guys already do wings in your day-to-day routine, just swap out your regular brown wing or black wing for something colorful and fun, and I'm telling you, it is going to transform your makeup look. It's going to make you just feel a lot happier, and again, it's super fun, and I can guarantee you, you will get so many compliments when you go out into the world because hello, the world is opening back up. And I feel like as the world opens back up, more and more people are going to be experimenting with color because we've been in the house for well over a year. So have fun, play in makeup, let me know how it goes. If you guys want to tag me, my Instagram handle is at makeup by A Marie. I'm always checking DMs and I'm always just loving your guys' content whenever you guys tag me. So tag me if you guys recreate something similar. And that is pretty much it, you guys. If you want to see anything else on my channel, if you want to see any specific summer looks or any specific video ideas, the comment section is fair game. And with that, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. And until next time, I'll be sure to catch you guys all on the next one. Deuces.